Three, two, one. Yo!
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with yet another very special series. We got the Tournament of Athletes Round 1.
Yeah, hey man, we say it all the time. What a time to be an anime fan, but in this case, what a time to be a subscriber of this channel, especially if you're an athlete or just a fan of sports animes. Oh man, today we got a special one, and we have a lot of special athletes competing in today's tournament. But how do you decide who is the better athlete? Crollo, you want to let them know?
Hell yeah. So we have our 5 categories that we decided were the most important when it comes to being a superstar athlete. Starting with our first criteria being athleticism. How athletic are you? Just raw, pure athletic ability. How high can you jump? How fast can you run? Our second criteria, that mentality. What is your mental talking about? When the going gets tough, do you break down or do you rise to the challenge? Our third criteria being skill. What is your skill set? How does your skill translate to your sport? Because there are multiple different athletes from multiple different sports. Our fourth criteria, IQ. Do you make the right play? When the situation and your back is against the wall, how do you assess the situation and get out of it? How do you help your team using your IQ? And last but certainly not least, we have clutch. What is your clutch gene talking about? When your team has to have it, do you come through in the clutch?
Hell yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Those are the 5 fingers of death for athletes, and they're very crucial for when determining just how good a player is, especially when you want to talk about the levels of it. But just going into the very first matchup in Block A, we got Hinata versus Samura. Oof. Now, starting with athleticism, this is low key belt.
Yeah.
I don't know if baseball players are just not that athletic in comparison to volleyball due to the pace of the game, because volleyball is a very high paced game. It's like basketball. Like baseball, don't get me wrong, it still requires athleticism like all sports, but it's different. Volleyball, you're jumping out the gym, you're sprinting back and forth on the court, it's nonstop movement, especially in this character. Fuck the sports. When you want to talk about the character himself, Hinata, all the brother does is move. When you want
Yeah.
to talk about his athleticism, it's through the roof, it's cracked, and he easily takes this one. His athleticism is arguably once in a lifetime.
I don't even think that's
Like
arguable. I ain't gonna lie.
for Hinata,
Yeah, that nigga is once in a lifetime athleticism, bro. Like, I don't even think that's
yeah,
arguable. Like, what the fuck?
yeah,
The nigga is like 5'4" and can do a back scratcher dunk if he wanted to. Like, I don't know what they said his vertical jump is. And keep in mind, he's a freshman moving like this. Like, he's gonna get more athletic. But even when you want to look at where he is now, it's insane. No one can keep up with him. Barely anyone can jump with him, and the only ones who can are a whole foot taller than him. Like,
yeah.
he definitely got it. And to give credit to baseball niggas, from firsthand experience, I've played other sports, like recreationally with baseball players. There's some athletes. Like, it's just the sport itself doesn't showcase how athletic they truly are. And I feel like that's kind of the case for Samurai too. But for this matchup, I mean, it's really not close. Like, Hinata
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, and like you said, giving respect to Samuro, that man would be on the field running with tires. Like he definitely got his athleticism up. It's a little bit different when you want to talk about the crazy crackhead
Yeah.
Hinata. But that makes it 1-0 athleticism going to Hinata. When you want to move into that second finger mentality, this is where it gets really dicey because both of these characters have that dog mentality. Like Samura is a dog, bro. His mentality, pitch or run, pitch or be scared, nigga. Like, he don't care. He's gonna pitch inside every single time. You could put the best batter. He wants that shit. He demands the smoke. It makes him happy. Like, he feels the pressure and it makes him like smile most of the time. He delivers. Like, the one time he didn't, fucked around and got the yips. But at the end of the day, Samura, for the most part, loves the pressure. He lives for it. But so does Hinata. When you want to talk about Hinata's mentality, that man literally always, he expects the ball 24/7. He's just always jumping. He's always giving it his best. He really doesn't expect to lose. Like, even when they lost, like, that nigga was surprised talking about one more. Like, I ain't gonna lie. For mentality, it's tough. This finger is tough.
It really is. Like Samura, oh man, this is tough because they both went through their trials and tribulations in their sport. Like Hinata, when he was getting stopped by the dude, the Stonewall blocker on Date Tech, I forget his name, but you know what I'm talking about with the white hair. Like, and he couldn't get past him. Not only is he way smaller than him, but the dude is athletic that was blocking him, and he was following him around. He was essentially trying to take Hinata out of the game, and Hinata kept running around, kept finding ways to score and affect the game. Like, he didn't let something like that set him back at all. Like, he bounced back mid-game. Mid-game, he got hit with a setback, and mid-game, he overcame that setback. Like, that's just a testament to his mentality being as cracked as it is. Let alone, like you said, he's always asking for one more. Even before they got to high school, on his sorry ass team, the effort that he gave. When you want to talk about his mentality, like you said, he doesn't expect to lose no matter who they're up against. So his mentality's definitely up there. But Samura, bro, ooh, because Samura had to watch from the sidelines when his whole goal is to become the ace of the team. And he cheered on Furia just because of how much respect he has for the game itself. Like, he literally cheered on his rival while he was getting wins for the team. That's a tough pill to swallow, especially when you're actively competing for that spot. But he swallowed his pride and did it. And then he still worked his ass off, got into the starting lineup, and we see what he is now. And when he got hit with the yips, that's a major setback by a long shot, but he was able to bounce back from it. And it didn't take that long. Episode wise, it took a while and it hurt. But when you look at in show time, it didn't take that long for him to get over it. And he sooner than later, he was back pitching to the inside. So it's tough, but ooh, I kind of want to give it a tie, but I'm low key leaning Hinata, but I kind of want to give it a tie.
I wouldn't mind giving it a tie just because I feel like there's no definitive one for mentality.
Yeah.
Like, both of these athletes are mental demons. Like, they don't check out the game. They're there, they rise to the occasion, and they perform in prime time or clutch time, which we will get to. But when you want to talk about their mentality, I feel like it's hard to say there's one that has the edge over the other.
Both once in a lifetime.
Both once in a lifetime. I can see it. So I'm with that. That makes it 1-1. Going into the third category, skill. Skill is really interesting because both of these players are cracked for when it comes to what they are asked to do. As a spiker, Hinata feels like he's the best spiker, but there's still some spikers above him in the show. But he's by default top 3 when you look at everything that he brings to the table. As a volleyball player, see, I feel like this is what makes it a little bit easier to do. As a volleyball player, he's actually really good now. Like, Before that wasn't the case, but
Yeah,
where Haiku's at right now, he's actually really good. He's good at receives. He can do everything that you pretty much ask a volleyball player to do outside of being a spiker. And then when it comes to being a spiker, he's once in a lifetime. It's tough though because his opponent Samura is kind of the same. Like when it comes to being a pitcher, oh man, he's damn near as good as it gets.
the
It
bag is
only gets
deep, bro.
better with Mei. Like outside of that, he's as good as it gets with skill wise. But then you want to talk about as a volleyball player, that's where it's kind of the opposite. Like Samura is not the best at batting. He is good with blunts, but he's not the best at overall batting. And his outfield, I mean, he's not the greatest in the outfield either. He's not like Führer with a rocket who's just gonna beeline that bitch back. So it's like when you want to talk about their overall skill in the sport, I feel like Hinata is more skillful. When you want to talk about their skill at their position, I feel like Samura may have Hinata beat just a little bit with the technicalities, like all the different pitches he can do.
Yeah,
But I feel like when it comes to skills at their position, Samura barely has Hinata beat because Hinata is still a masterful spiker. Whereas skills at the games, Hinata has him beat by quite a few. So just off of that, I think Hinata takes skill.
it's tough. It's tough. Like looking at them at their position. When you look at Hinata as a spiker, Hinata has a bag as a spiker. Like he has the little float touch where he barely tips it over the blockers. He has the cross shot. Basically, when he opened his eyes, his bag expanded. He reached level 2 as a spiker. Like, and then you want to talk about receives. The nigga does a basic serve, so it's serviceable. But he can receive now, and he's a damn good middle blocker. Like he's
Yeah.
really good. Like he will stuff your shit. Pause. So I'm right there with you as far as like overall game. I would give it to Hinata, and it's a little unfair to Samura because he's exclusively a pitcher.
Yeah.
And in baseball, they don't play everything like in volleyball. Like volleyball, they always rotate and all of that, so it's a little different. But I'm right there with you. I feel like it kind of has to go to Hinata just because that overall game. But Samura at his position, skill wise, I mean, the bag is deep. The only difference between him and May is a year older than him, so he has more arm strength. That's the only
Yeah.
difference. Other than that,
And May is pinpoint accurate.
yeah, like, and Samura's getting there too. It's
He
just he
is.
still has his moving fastball that's unpredictable, and Miyuki calls for it sometimes. Like, but other than that, like, he throws it to that mitt every time, no matter what type of pitch is asked. So he's getting there. He really is. But I feel like as far as skill goes, I'm right there with you. It kind of has to be Hinata. A little bit unfair, but that's just how the
Just
cookie crumbles.
yeah, yeah. Like I will say though, that nigga is cracked. Like if it wasn't for the fact that Hinata is literally arguably the best biker in the show, I feel like Samura would take skill. But when you want to go into that fourth category, IQ, mm, this one gets interesting because both of these characters are very smart in their own rights when it comes to the game. Like they make plays. I feel like it requires more IQ to be a setter or pitcher than it does to be a spiker.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like the sport is kind of the opposite as the last one when we talked about skill, where baseball kind of has the slight advantage here, just because Hinata, when you're playing volleyball, a lot of his plays are just pure instinct. Like
Yeah,
the only one whose IQ really just pops out in volleyball to where it's like,
is
damn,
the
that's the
setter.
IQ is the setter. Other than that, everyone else is just read and react, and they're just flying around making plays. which is impressive in its own right. Don't get me wrong, but when you want to talk about IQ, like you got Hinata having to remember to check first base so he doesn't steal, remember to cover bunts and throw it to first, and all of this. So it's like I feel like just in general, the position itself, like you said, kind of has to go to Samura here, just because it's on
Yeah,
display more.
and to Hinata's boot, like he still has the IQ there. Like it's still through the roof. Like you still gotta. The man is still flying around. Like it's tough. It's tough. The IQ is still on display. It's just it's a different kind of IQ when you want to talk about someone who's literally the pitcher, quarterback, setter, point guards.
Yeah,
Like these certain positions in certain sports literally require hella IQ to play that position. And that position is one of them. At least
yeah.
if you're going to be great at it. So just off of that, I mean, if we were to say what their levels were, I would say Hinata's IQ is, I guess, it's elite. Like, I want to say it's good, but I'd say it's elite. You're not making those plays if you don't have the IQ for it. And
Yeah.
as far as Samura's goes, Samura's IQ, I don't know if I can say it's generational. Like, I don't know if I'd go that far. I think his is elite as well. That being said, I do think he does have better IQ by default.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think they're both elite. Like, but Hinata's on the lower end, and I feel like it has to be elite for Hinata just because, like you said, making plays like that. There's certain instances where, even though a lot of it is read and react, a lot of it he's acting preemptively. Like he's seeing something before it happens, and he's just flying over there, and then the ball
Exactly.
comes. Like that's IQ, and there's moments like that that Hinata has, but overall, just at least from eye test, it's easier to spot elite IQ in Ace of the Diamond with Samura. So Samura got it.
Hell yeah. That makes it 2-1-1, which means going into the last category, clutch. This could be very interesting. This could fuck around. Huh. This could be a very interesting category. I ain't gonna lie. But just going into clutch, I'm not gonna lie. Both of these athletes are extremely clutch. Like, it's really tough here because Samura, starting with him, he is very clutch. Coming down the pipe, there's not too many other pitchers I would actually want on my team than Samura. Like, he did fuck up and then did get the yips. Like, there is that moment. But at the end of the day, that's like one bad spot.
He
Now,
be getting old.
it
Yeah,
is bad because this category is called clutch, and that moment was nothing but pure clutchness. Like the pressure was on, the man's heart was beating at his wildest, and he ended up saying shit. Like technically, that is very bad for this category. But outside of that moment, he had a very fantastic run in the clutch, jamming batters up and etc. Like Hinata has or Samura has a lot of clutch plays because the way how he's getting outs in this eighth, ninth inning in these close games, or even when it's not the eighth or ninth inning, it could be the fourth or fifth. If the game is close, then all of a sudden first nigga to get on base is or first nigga to score can really alter the game because baseball the scores don't typically go that high
yeah,
unless it's like a really like that team. But just off of that, like every run matters and he's not giving up runs. You can say these are clutch pitches, but the same kind of goes with Hinata. Every point matters in volleyball, and you can say they're clutch when they come, let alone just all the plays that Hinata makes. So, clutch is really hard. I think Where I'm gonna give it to Hinata is because what clutch also means that final 2 minutes of the game. Like when it comes down to the very clutch, Hinata actually turns into a different player.
Yeah, yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, Samura is super clutch, especially when you look at what his role was in the beginning of the series. He's literally a closing pitcher. Their job is to clutch the game, because, like you said, every run counts, especially towards the end. His literal role while he was coming off the bench was closing pitcher. Stop them from getting all this momentum. Half the time he came into the game, there was a nigga already on base, and he still shut down their runs. Like, you could say the whole first season they had, every time Samura got in the game was clutch. Then you want to talk
Hmm.
about when he actually sold in the Inashira game. That game is not close without Samura.
Yeah.
He came in and kept it like that. Like, we went up one run, we couldn't score at all after that. And then they kept on, they were putting the pressure on. Samura came in and shut all that shit down for like 6 straight innings. So that game isn't even at that point in the bottom of the ninth without him. So Samura is definitely very clutch, but like you said, Hinata is literally a different person, a different being in the crunch time moments of a volleyball game. Like, the brother is literally everywhere. From blocking shit, running out of bounds, diving over the scorer's table to save something, and then getting back into play and spiking it. Like, he's literally everywhere. You can't see the ball on Karasuno's side without seeing Samura near it, or without seeing Hinata near it. So I'm gonna go Hinata. I do think they're both extremely clutch, but I'm gonna go. I'm a slightly edge it to Hinata.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I'm right there with you. Like it literally plays a factor that Summer did spend his first season as a closer for his pitching job. That literally screams clutch. It's just again Hinata turns into a different animal, which means Hinata takes it 3-1-1, which means Hinata wins the first matchup.
Damn, that's a tough one. Samura, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe if you had someone else in round one, you could have advanced, my brother. But
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Like if you were here to the if you were here on the last channel, you know this blah, 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 blah. If you were here for the last channel, you know this is a remix video. Hinata made it really far. Samar just gave him a good match because if he won clutching this, that would have been a tie. I did not know Samar was that good of an athlete. Like I that's kind of why I like doing this because athleticism is so much more or being an athlete is so much more than athleticism and you wouldn't know. Like
yeah,
you would not know this nigga is that good. I mean, if you watch Ace of the Diamond, you know Samara is good, but hey, that just goes to show you he's a damn good athlete.
hell yeah.
Still lost though.
Damn. But just to jump into that next matchup in Block A, we got Hanamichi Sakuragi versus Nishinoya. Now,
Mm.
just jumping into our first finger, athleticism. It's a blowout, but I'm gonna give respect to Nishinoya here. Like, that brother, he's shorter than Hinata, or relatively the same height. I'm pretty sure he's shorter, right? Regardless, he's a little nigga on the volleyball court, and he goes around saving everything. That's like they literally spread out their defensive formation and give him the biggest area to cover, and he actually covers all of it as the smallest nigga on the court. Diving all over the floor, getting up, diving again, rolling thunder over here, rolling thunder over there, save it with his foot, stick his leg out, damn near do a split and save that bitch. And I've seen like a college volleyball game, how fast they spike. Now, obviously, this is high school, but just in general, how fast these spikes be coming. To react that fast and cover that much ground is nothing short of amazing.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This is actually a very interesting match, real quick. For athleticism, it sucks because his opponent is probably the most athletic freak in
It's
the
Michael
entire
fucking Jordan,
tournament.
right?
Like, his opponent just takes it by default. But that's only because Hanamichi has once in a lifetime athleticism and then some. Nishinoya, though, is his athleticism generational?
I think so, bro.
Because I think it is too. Like, his athleticism is something that's you don't see every now and then. I would argue is once in a lifetime, but he doesn't wow me that much. Like, once in a lifetime is different. Like, you stand out on the court. He doesn't stand out on his own team, even though, well, he stands out, but his athleticism doesn't stand out from Hinata's. So it's
Yeah,
hard to give him that once in a lifetime when there's a once in a lifetime on his team.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. This nigga Hanamichi was casual.
I
Like
feel like
that nigga,
it's
he casually jumped from the free throw line. Casually in warm ups, he missed the dunk, but he casually jumped from the free throw line. He chased.
yeah.
That nigga will be all the way under the basket. Somebody will be at the other free throw line about to lay it up, and he'll somehow get in front of them. Like, it's unfortunate for Nishinoya, but Hanamichi's a freak of nature. So he definitely takes athleticism.
Freak of nature.
But that's 1-0 to Hanamichi. Going into our second finger mentality. Hmm. This is interesting because Nishinoya, he had his whole situation before we got introduced to him with the ace quitting, and then he was like, I'm not playing if you're not. And that can kind of boost his mentality when you think about it, because it's like, why would you quit on your team? He took that personally. Like, that in my opinion, that low-key boosts his mentality up. But then you want to talk about how much pride he takes in his role. Because people don't, like, watching a volleyball game, no one's paying attention to the libero like that. And Hinata literally said that. He's like, I want to be a spiker over a libero. Why wouldn't you want to be a spiker? And the pride that he takes in his position as the guardian of Karasuno, when you want to talk about his mentality, rolling, diving all over the floor like that, he takes so much pride in doing his job at an elite level, a generational level. Like, his mentality is insane by default. But so is Hanamichi's. And Hanamichi's blossomed into that too. Like, when you could literally tell when Hanamichi decided to really lock in. The nigga spent a week while the rest of the team was out playing. He stayed back with Anzai and put up 10,000 jumpers trying to improve his game. Sat on the sideline, even though he was annoyed, he did all the drills, dribbling. He was dribbling for like a month straight, just on the side watching the team practice. And it annoyed him, but he did it. And the way that he started to lock in, you could literally visually see when he decided to really take the game serious, to the point where when he sold against Kainan, that nigga cried. He broke down and cried. Like, that's how serious he started to take the game. Like, he's all, especially now where we're at in the manga, he is all the way locked in.
The time is 9
Alexa,
p.m.
stop.
I kind of want to lean Nishinoya.
Mentality is really tough for me because both of these athletes are different. Like, Nishinoya's mentality is part of the reason. It's a dog mentality, no doubt, but it goes beyond that. His mentality is why he's so good outside of his athleticism, because and skill. We'll get there. But when you want to talk about his mentality, to bro, it's a volleyball court. or basketball court. Same shit. It's hardwood. The man is diving on it. He doesn't have elbow pads or knee pads. He's diving and making these plays like it's nothing, bro. He's sacrificing and giving up his body effortlessly every single time for the ball. Like, he's always gonna make the play. He's always gonna be there, bro. The mentality that you need to have to do something like that and do a great job at it is crazy. But at the same time, it's tough for me because Hanamichi was like a one set mind mentality. Like, he may have a once in a lifetime mentality. And I'm not going to hold you. A large part of that is because of how green and ignorant he was to the game. That's the difference between him and Nishinoya. Nishinoya was introduced already cold, whereas Hanamichi was literally didn't even know how to dribble. But at the end of the day, Hanamichi being so ignorant to basketball kind of boosted his mentality just because he ended up taking on challenges and not knowing they were challenges. He ended up taking on hurdles and not knowing they were hurdles. He ended up progressing a lot faster than he should have just because he was so green and his mentality was like, we're going to win. We're going to beat these guys. His mentality screamed, we're better than these niggas. But more than that, his mentality screamed, I'm better than these niggas. And before it was empty talk, now it's not. But even when it was empty talk, he actually believed that shit. Like, it's kind of made him funny, but still, he was like, damn. Like, it took him a long time to realize Ru fucking Kawa is actually better than him. It took him damn near all the way
He
until we
had to
got
get
to the
his
manga
ass
for him
whooped
to get
one v
the.
one.
Oh, literally. He's like, after that, he said, damn, this nigga is actually better than me. Like, no shit. But you wouldn't know that because of his mentality. Like, Hanamichi's mentality is definitely different. So it's tough for me.
It's tough. It's tough. I ain't gonna lie. Mentality's a hard one to. Damn. Cause it's like Hanamichi verbally says it, like, yeah, we're gonna win. We're better than these niggas. What you scared of? Nishinoya doesn't say it, but I know he thinks it.
Type shit. I know for a fact Nishinoya has never been a bitch to anybody. Now it's different because of roles. He's the liberal. He's not the one going up against these blockers or going up against these spikers.
Well,
At
he
the
is going
front
against these
line, his
spikers
job.
though, because when they played Shira Torizawa against the number one spiker, he said everybody spread out, nigga. I got this. This whole area is me. Let him make him shoot that shit here, and I will get it.
Yeah,
Like he said, make
yeah, he
that
did.
nigga spike it at me, and I will get it for us. Like it's tough. Like mentality's hard, bro, because it's like, who's to say one over the other for real?
Especially when they're both once in a life. You would say that Nishinoya has the once in a lifetime.
Yeah, that nigga, like, he literally crashed because Asahi quit because he got blocked. That nigga literally crashed.
Yeah, you want to give mentality a tie?
I'm down. I'm down to give him the tie.
All right.
But that's 101. When you want to jump into that third finger, the skill set. Now, before we caught up in Slam Dunk, I would have gave it to Nishinoya. Now I'm not so sure about that. Now Nishinoya's skill set is very cracked. Like, especially when you want to talk about at his position, there is not a single Libro in this show better than him, and I don't
Or
even
that
think
can
it's
fuck with
close.
him.
Like the nigga is crazy. But you even want to go to outside of his position. He learned how to jump from the back line and set that bitch. Like, he is progressively improving his game to where he can do other things. So his skill set is definitely like that. Let alone when you want to talk about at his position, I mean, the reaction time, like the amount of space he can cover, like He is literally Karasuno's defense. It is him. The blockers put in work by default, but their defense is Nishinoya.
Yeah.
But when you look at Hanamichi, especially where he is now, we just had our slam dunk freestyle where we talked about Hanamichi being a motherfucking lottery pick, and it's not just because of his athleticism. The skill set is here now. He can shoot. He can dribble. He can pass low key. They don't stress it as much, but he can low key pass. He's the best rebounder in the show, and he's an elite defender when he's locked. Like,
very elite, very
he
elite.
can boom on anybody. It's just he has to put the things together, but he can do it. When you want to look at what his skill set is, he can literally do everything. Some things not as elite as others, but there's nothing on the court he can't do. When I look at Nishinoya, I don't expect him to spike. I don't expect him to do a jump serve or anything like that. But there's barely any holes in his game either. Like, it's tough because Nishinoya can't do everything, but what he can do, he's fucking elite at. Hanamichi can do everything, but he's not elite at everything.
And that's where it's like, for me, it kind of feels like both of them are extremely elite when you want to talk about skill. They're probably more than that, but just off rip, they're both extremely elite. And I imagine it like two bodies of water to the point where it's like they're both as deep as each other. It's the same amount of water, but the difference is Hanamichi's the body is so much more bigger, whereas Nishinoya is almost like a lake in the ocean. It just has the same amount of water. Like, it feels like it's just not filled up all the way yet. Hanamichi has a lot more room to grow, whereas Nishinoya is capped out. And when you want to look at where he's capped out, there's only so much you can do as a libero in volleyball. Whereas Hanamichi, he can do everything. Now, when you want to look at what he does do, he mastered his defense. Like, Hanamichi is a mastermind on defense, especially with the rebounds if you throw that in there. But when you want to talk about offense, he still has room to grow. But he's not a basic player anymore or a beginner player anymore either. He's just not fucking Rukawa. But at the end of the day, when you want to look at his all-around game, it equals someone who is very skilled at the game and very skilled at basketball to the point where I would take him over Nishinoya. I'm not going to lie, bro.
I would too. And the biggest thing is they're both elite on defense, both of them.
Yeah.
Nishinoya basically has no offense. Hanamichi does.
Type shit.
Like, every sport has offense and defense, and Nishinoya is essentially a non-factor offensively. Like, the serve, jumping over the line, the shit is wet, but he only does it like once, maybe twice a game. Like, because that's not some shit you can just spam anyway. But Hanamichi being able to do all these things offensively, I think it kind of has to go to him just off of that. So I'm right there with you. I'm going to give it to Hanamichi. But that's 201 to Hanamichi. Moving into that fourth category, IQ. It's tough because they be selling Hanamichi, bro. That's a writing thing. Like,
yeah,
they be on his ass down to make him look silly and shit. But when he's actually locked in, especially on defense, whole different animal. We just talked about how Hinata at the end of the game, how he takes over and he's just everywhere. That's Hanamichi on defense when he's locked in. The nigga is literally everywhere. There's no rebound he doesn't get. Everyone that tries to go up in the paint's getting blocked. He will steal that bitch, contest the jumper. Like, He literally does everything when he's locked, and that's a testament to IQ. Because we've said it before, I'll say it again. Defense is literally effort and IQ. That is defense.
Yeah, athleticism and IQ.
Athleticism and IQ. Like, and Hanamichi, when he's locked in and the writing isn't selling his shit, he's the best defender in the show, hands down.
Exactly.
But Nishinoya is also very fucking elite on defense. He is Karasuno's defense, and once again, athleticism and IQ. When you want to talk about IQ, I feel like this goes back to the sport itself. Because volleyball, there is IQ in volleyball like a motherfucker. And I didn't know that before watching IQ. Like, wow, there's a lot more shit than I thought there was to the game. Like, they literally shift formations for certain niggas. Like, set up their blockers a certain way so the libero can sit on this side. Like, there's a lot more intricacies that go into it than I thought. But overall, when you look at the game of volleyball versus basketball, I feel like IQ is a little more important. Not a little bit. It's definitely more important in basketball. And like we said, when Hanamichi's locked, he's a different player. So I'm going to go Hanamichi for IQ.
I think I will too. Like, Hanamichi's IQ just shows up more when he's locked in. Like, it's easier to spot more, especially just because the shit that he does, like, we already said it, he's a mastermind on defense, and defense requires IQ and athleticism. And low key, that's all sports. Like, even volleyball, which is why Nishinoya's IQ is extremely cracked too. But the difference is, I don't see Nishinoya taking over games defensively the way Hanamichi does, let alone, like, Nishinoya impacts games, but I haven't seen him take over a game. Next, you want to talk about offense. He doesn't really have anything going there for him to say he has IQ on offense, aside from just knowing that the ball may be coming off a ricochet. Whereas Hanamichi goes, we've seen the IQ on offense to know it's actually there when he's locked in. Like, he'll make a fake pass or a fake shot. Like, he'll make the right pass. Like, Hanamichi, I think he does got it for IQ, but a large part of that is only just because I feel like he's only able to do more too. Like, I feel like Nishinoya is a little bit limited just because of his role in the sport.
Yeah. Like, he's an exclusively defensive player. Like, that's his position, is defense. Whereas basketball, there's no position on the court at any point that is exclusively offense or defense. So just off of that, by default, kind of has to go to Hanamichi here. But that's 301. Just to jump into that last category, when you want to talk about being clutch, both these niggas are very clutch. Hanamichi has clutch moments left and right. And once again, clutch is not only the end of the game. There's clutch moments throughout a game. Swing plays throughout a game. And that's for both volleyball and basketball. It's every sport is like that, where it's not just the end of the game that's clutch. But when you want to talk about the end of the game Hanamichi, like, he does things offensively. Like, fuck the defense for a second. He does things offensively at the end of games that I never would have thought I would see in that moment. Like, I'll take you back to the Shoyo game at the end, where he boomed on that nigga, but it didn't count. That shit should have counted. They called a charge. The nigga jumped. That's a poster. I don't give a fuck. But things like that at the end of the game, that's not the Hanamichi we were seeing before that. Like, when you want to talk about someone turning into a different beast in crunch time, that is Hanamichi in a nutshell.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Nishinoya is a very clutch nigga. And once again, it's not just the end of games. It's the whole game. That nigga's diving around on the floor the whole game, limiting points. The entire game. Multiple sets. That nigga barely comes off the court. Hanamichi doesn't either, but this nigga's diving all over the floor and shit constantly, sometimes multiple times just for 1 point. Diving on the
Yeah.
floor, making saves left and right. Inviting the smoke from top setters to spike it at him over and over and over again, and he's saving it over and over and over again. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Just because of how they be hoeing Hanamichi with the writing sometimes, kind of want to give this a tie.
For clutchness,
Yeah.
I can go with a tie only because I was initially thinking Nishinoya. Like, Hanamichi's very clutch, especially in the crunch time. But when you look at Nishinoya, he's essentially the same player from the start of the game to the end of the game. And that requires a lot of clutchness too.
Yeah.
Like, I respect that part of Nishinoya's game. Like, it rises. I mean, I guess that's where it kind of makes me want to go with Hanamichi. Like, in the actual crunch time, he actually turns into a different player. Like, I don't know. That's kind of an interesting one right there. But
I would low key
overall,
say if he doesn't change, if he's the same from beginning to end, that's even more clutch. I would say, just because.
you said even more
Well, I don't
clutch.
know about even more, but I feel like it's just as clutch as if he turns into a
Type.
different player. Because it's like the whole game, no matter what the situation is, whether it's game point for the other team or if we're up 3 points at the end, it doesn't matter. He's going to be that same constant defensive anchor, no matter what the situation is. I feel like that's very clutch in its own right. So, low key, I kind of want to swing back to Nishinoya for this one.
I do too.
Hey, there you have it. Nishinoya is more clutch than Hanamichi, but unfortunately for him, it doesn't matter. Hanamichi gets the dub. That's 3-1-1.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Which means Hanamichi is the winner of the second matchup in Block A. But going to the first matchup in Block B, we got Rin versus Maki. Rin from Blue Lock and Maki from Slam Dunk. I'm not going to lie, both of these characters are literally actually insane at their sport. Like, both of them, one's the LeBron and the other one, I don't really know what to compare him to. He's just the
Ronaldo.
best. But yeah, like, it's actually about to be a very interesting comparison here. A soccer nigga versus a basketball nigga. Thank God we got a criteria for this.
Hell
But
yeah.
as far as going into that first finger, athleticism, Maki takes it. I'm trying to wonder by how much. Because Maki's athleticism is once in a lifetime. He could play the 1 through 5. He literally plays the 1 through 5. Or at least 1 through 4. But he could probably play the 5. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And as far as Ren goes, like, Ren is very athletic. We've seen him keep up with pretty much anyone in Blue Lock for the most part, or do what he needs to do with his body. But I don't know. Like, I feel like it's a different level of athleticism in basketball compared to soccer. Like, I feel like basketball players are naturally more athletic than soccer players, especially when you want to talk about the best of the best in both sports. Like, it requires more athleticism for basketball. So, for what Maki actually does out there with his LeBron built body, I'm gonna give him the athleticism. I don't even know if I can say Ren has once in a lifetime athleticism. Like, I don't even know if I'd say generational. I'd say just elite. He's just really good, like really elite at his athleticism.
Yeah, I'm right there with you the whole way. Like it's different types of athleticism. Like basketball is just explosive athleticism. You're jumping out the gym. You're strong as shit. Whereas soccer's more about pace, speed, footwork, that type of thing, right? And when I look at Rin, especially in comparison to other people in Blue Lock, like there's multiple niggas faster than him. Like there's
Or
multiple
stronger.
niggas stronger than him. There's multiple niggas more acrobatic than him. But at the same time, he's athletic enough to hang with the best. Like, so I'm right there with you when you say Rin's athleticism is elite, which is why I agree that Maki takes this category because he's a once in a lifetime athlete. I mean,
Once in a lifetime.
he's in competition for the fastest nigga in slam dunk. He built like LeBron, plays 1 through 5, like plays the whole game. Like Rin plays the whole game too, and soccer's all about pace. But Maki literally doesn't come out the game. They went to overtime, and he was guarding Sendo the whole fucking game. Still didn't gas out. Like I'm definitely giving it to Maki for athleticism.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, again, soccer just kind of takes the L there for the comp, but that makes it 1-0. Then you want to go into the second finger mentality. I don't know. Like, both of these characters' mentalities are cracked. And when you have a situation like this, it comes right back to the saying of who's to say who has one over the other. Like, as far as Maki goes, Maki's mentality, I wonder if it's once in a lifetime. Like,
I think it
it's
is.
definitely generational. You said what?
I think it is.
I could see it
That
being
nigga
once in a
take,
lifetime.
bro. When we played Kainan, that nigga switched his matchup multiple times for whoever on our team was busting their ass. Like that nigga went from guarding Rukawa to guarding Hanamichi to guarding Akagi. Like every tough matchup, he guarded Sendo the whole game through overtime. Like every tough matchup, he's taking it every time. Not a complaint. He's a winner by default. Like the nigga, I feel like just off of that, taking those assignments while also carrying the offensive load. Because a lot of times, especially nowadays, you see players all the time. If they're scoring all the points, I'm not guarding the best nigga. Fuck that. Like,
Yeah.
what I have y'all for if I'm doing everything? Maki said, fuck that. I'm guarding the best player and give me the ball every game. Like, I would definitely say his mindset is once in a lifetime. But so is Rin.
I can see it.
Like,
Exactly. And it's more than just once in a lifetime. It's cracked. Like, this nigga's mentality, I mean, to be in Blue Lock in general, you have to shoot for being the best. That's what it's all about.
literally.
And this nigga is literally the best at Blue Lock. Like, he's literally the best. Like, oh man. The only person in Blue Lock who probably has a better mentality than him is his brother. And even then, I don't even know if I would say his brother has it over him.
I wouldn't.
Because the way how it seemed.
That nigga
Like-
gave up on his dream to switch positions to midfield because he didn't cut it as an attacker. Rin would never do that.
Yeah.
The only reason he played midfield in that game in season 2 is because he wanted to match up against his brother.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Rin got it for mentality. Like, Rin's mentality is debatably the most cracked in this tournament. Like, that's how serious he takes this approach to the game. And that's not his only area of cracked teeth. He's also cracked with skill and IQ. We're gonna get to all of the other things.
Nigga said cracked
when
teeth.
you want to talk about, like, when you want to talk about mentality, it all starts there with Rin. That's where he starts getting once in a lifetime. Fuck generational. Like, that's where he's truly a monster. It starts up top with him. And I would low-key say it carries in this matchup. I would give mentality to Rin.
I would too.
Shit. That makes it 1-1 though. Which means going into that third category, skill. Now, skill is tough because both of these players are cracked. Like Maki is LeBron. Oof. I think I'm gonna have to give it to Rin. Maki is LeBron, but at the end of the day, Rin, see, we call him Ronaldo, but that's only because Ronaldo's just the best. And there he goes with the best. Maki and LeBron, there's actually real reasons why we're calling that nigga LeBron. It's not just because he's the best, because Sendo's arguably the best. He's built like LeBron and he plays like LeBron. Whereas this nigga Ren, I don't know who he plays like. This man's skill set is all the way thoroughly cracked though. Like his skill set, he has everything in the book. Bro, Blue Lock is full of skillful athletes. When you want to talk about skill,
Yeah.
that's where they come in,
It's
bro.
literally
Nagi,
like there's no
Hachi.
bums in Blue Lock. Like there was 200 niggas at the start of Blue Lock, and none of them were trash. All of them were at the bare minimum. All 200 were elite for skill.
Mm-hmm.
Number 200 elite. Like this nigga Rim was number 1.
And he stayed number 1. He still is. Then you want to talk about like his brother and shit. Like he still got, bro. I think Ring got the most skill in Blue Lock. Like that's where it's crazy, and that's crazy to say when a nigga like Nagi, like Nagi's skill is ridiculous, and so is Isagi's. But this nigga Ren's skill set is ridiculous. He literally is the perfect soccer player to have for a skill set. Then you want to switch back over to Maki. Maki's skill set is ridiculous too, and where he gets the boost is he can facilitate. It's not just the normal skill set. Like he can do it all too, and we already said he can play the 1 through 5. That takes hella skill to do. So there is that, and he's not just an offensive juggernaut. He's a defensive juggernaut too. He shuts down shit. So this is where it gets very interesting. I'm probably gonna give it to Rin because I feel like Rin has a once in a lifetime skill set. As far as Maki goes, Maki's is easily generational. I'm not sure if it's once in a lifetime though. I think he all around is once in a lifetime. I don't know if his skill set is once in a lifetime because I feel like that's, and I could be, nah. I feel like that's more so Sendo. Like Sendo's probably the only player who has a once in a lifetime skill set and slam dunk. Maybe Rukawa. Like I feel like those are, and maybe Akagi. Maybe.
Yeah, like I'm right there with you. I think Maki's skill set is generational. Like he does everything extremely well. Besides really shoot threes. I don't think I've seen him pull one. But other than that, he literally does everything. Like offensively and defensively. But I feel like his facilitating is like easily the biggest part of his game. Like
Yeah.
I mean, he had this nigga Jin averaging fucking 30. Like, you want to talk about a facilitator. And he was getting and ones left and right against us, so he can finish very well. Defensively, he is cracked on defense, but we've seen him get dropped off twice. Rukawa was giving his ass buckets. Sendo gave his ass buckets. Like, I don't know if I would give him the once in a lifetime for the skill set, but like you said, him as a player collectively, including all of these categories, makes him once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
For skill set, I would say generational. But just off of that, I'm giving the skill set to Rin for sure.
Hell yeah, and that makes this 2-1 Rin's way, which is very interesting because going into that fourth category, IQ. I'm not really sure how this one is gonna work. Like IQ, Maki's IQ is cracked through the roof. IQ, Maki's like we saw in the last play with Sendo versus Maki. Sendo trying to go up for the game, and then he tried to draw the foul, and Maki pulled off. Like we already seen Maki's how fast his mind moves. We know that Maki's like IQ is through the roof. We know he has once in a lifetime IQ. The problem is, respectfully, so does Rin, most likely. Like, Ren's IQ, I find it hard to believe that anyone in Blue Lock, aside from Misagi, has better IQ than him. Like, that man literally is number one for a reason. Like, he's in the right places. His skill set shows it. Like, I I almost want to give this one a tie.
See, it's tough because Maki is a facilitator, and we say all the time, like, it takes a lot of IQ to facilitate at that type of level. It takes a lot of IQ to facilitate that well, and he does it all game, every game. Let alone plays like you mentioned, pulling up instead of fouling Sendo at the end. Like, we've seen countless examples of Maki's IQ, but we've also seen countless examples of Rin's IQ. The whole point of Blue Lock, there was a whole challenge dedicated to how well you can utilize your teammates to get yourself buckets. So nigga, Rin is number one in Blue Lock. Like, he had the second and third best players in Blue Lock on his team and still said, all right, bet. If you go right there and pass me the ball right here, I'm going to score. And what happened? Boom, boom, score. And they niggas was just scoring at will. Like, you want to talk about the IQ to set himself up? It kind of reminds me of IOE. Like, how he's just always in the right place at the right time. Like, that vision of the game. Like, he has that bird's eye view to set himself up. Because, like you said, the only person in the show you could argue with more IQ than him is Isagi himself. Like, and it's close at the end of the day. Obviously, Isagi got it, but the nigga's right there with it. So, it's tough. I feel like it's easier to pinpoint for Maki. But at the same time, like, I'm not this crazy cracked soccer aficionado or anything. So, maybe there's some things I just didn't see. So, I'm right there with you. I kind of want to give this one a tie.
Especially just knowing how cracked Rin's IQ is. Like, if it wasn't for just knowing the caliber player that Rin is and knowing it takes IQ to be that caliber, I would give this to Maki. Like, to be that good at any sport, IQ is always required. IQ might be one of the most important fingers out of these 5 fingers after athleticism. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like Ren's IQ is just by default crack. Just by default. Like, I feel like when it comes to knowing soccer, he knows soccer inside and out, the same way how Maki knows basketball inside and out.
He has moments showing it too. He has moments showing it too. When Rin's team played Isagi's team, and Isagi was trying to put these puzzle pieces together, and he thought he had it, and then boom, Rin out of nowhere with a stolen pass. He was like, "I bet you thought this was gonna happen, didn't you?" Like, he was one step ahead of Isagi with the IQ in that game.
Yeah, he made Isagi look normal.
Yeah, like, that nigga's IQ is definitely up there. So, I can't put him over Maki though. I can't just definitively put him over. So I'm right there.
I can't put him over Maki. I would just say that's a tie.
Yeah.
So that makes it 2-1-1. Going into the last finger, Maki has the clutch, which is interesting because the last finger is clutch. I'm not going to lie. This is tough because both of these players are known to be filthy in the clutch. Now, we have more examples for Maki than we do for Rin, but at the same time, how many do we really have? We've seen, I would say, 2 real games for Maki. That was when they played Rionen and then when they played us. Like, and we may get to see another one, but we've only seen 2 real games from them. And from those 2 games that we've seen, it's easy to know Maki is as clutch as it gets, as clutch as anyone. But as far as Rin goes, Rin is also very clutch too. Like, it's kind of tough because we haven't seen too many clutch scenarios in Blue Lock outside of the U22 game, but it's tough.
Yeah, like because even though we've only seen 2 games from Maki, we've pretty much only seen 3 from Rin. The first game against Isagi, the run back, and then the U20 game. Like, hmm, this is a tough one because they both have their moment. Like Rin strapping Sei in the end of the U20 game was clutch as fuck because that's game on the
Yeah.
line. And then Isagi was in the right place for the goal. But that was a clutch ass stop, and he's not a defender. His position is everyone in Blue Lock is not a defender. That nigga is the ultimate forward, and he strapped one of the best players in the country for game.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, like goalie is not stopping these niggas from seeing.
Yeah, like he stopped. His brother's one of the best niggas in the country. Strapped his ass for game. Maki has moments where his IQ comes into play in the clutch. It's a tough one, bro. Because we don't
Yeah,
have we barely have examples for either of them.
I wouldn't mind giving it a tie just because of that.
Yeah,
Like, it's hard to say. This one is kind of feeling like mentality, like where it's like it's hard to say who has one over the other one when we know that they're both cracked.
yeah, I'm right there with you. I'll give it a tie. Both clutch by
Which
default, though. You can tell, but there's only so
type
much to go
shit?
off of.
Like both of them are probably once in a lifetime in the clutch as well.
Yeah,
But like you said, there's only so much. But with that, that means it's officially 2-1-2, which means Rin beats Maki.
I ain't gonna lie. Ren
That's
looking scary in this tourney.
yeah, yeah. These soccer niggas too. Like, I, maybe put some more respect because that's LeBron that just got beat. I ain't. Whoa.
Unless he's gonna
Okay.
beat LeBron. But moving into our second matchup in Block B, we got Mei from Ace of Diamond versus Oikawa from Haiku. Now, just to jump into athleticism, Oikawa never really struck me as like this freak athlete. Like his jump serve is elite, but that's just showing the nigga has an arm on him. May got an arm on him like shit.
Yeah.
He got a fucking cannon on him actually. Pause. Like, but we aside from throwing the ball, there's really not much to go off of for May at all.
Yeah.
Like this, I feel like this damn near a tie.
Low key, like the only way how it wouldn't be a tie is if you want to say that volleyball players require more athleticism than they do. But even with that, Man's a setter, not a spiker.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, yeah, let's just give this one a tie.
Yeah,
Like, barely these athletes, both of these athletes really ain't on shit athletically either. It's not like they're being tied generationally or even elite. Like, I would say they both have good athleticism.
yeah, exactly. I would say they're both good, but that's 001 for the first category. Moving into that next category, that mentality. I'm giving it to May. I'm trying to think how much. Because Oikawa, he was like what Kageyama aspired to be as a setter. But a large portion of that was just the skill itself. And also his mentality to an extent, like the way he set up his teammates and the way that everyone respected him, loved receiving sets from him. Um, And he's a cocky bastard too. Like that nigga does not think he's losing to anybody either. The same as a lot of
He
people
has
we mentioned.
this mentality is there.
Yeah, he got mentality. That's a cocky motherfucker. In a good way. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. But so is Mei. Mei definitely got it for mentality. Like that nigga when he played against Sado's batting lineup,
Walk them all down.
walk they ass down. That nigga literally went 75% until he got to Tetsu, and then all gas, no brakes, struck his ass out back to back to back to back times.
And see, yeah, I'm gonna give it to May too, but I was trying to figure out like, you know, Okowa's mentality is really like that. But May is different because, bro, he is applying pressure and literally bullying these niggas. And then here's the kicker for me is how he responds to comp. We
Yeah.
saw May go up against Tetsu Yuki. I wish we got to see May versus Raichi. I wish we got to see that. But at least seeing Yuki versus May. May didn't run.
Mm-hmm.
May didn't throw balls. He didn't say, "All right, bet." And Yuki got one off him. He got one off him, but he didn't run.
And
Like
bro,
May,
like he has so many examples outside of just our game against them. I forget who they were playing, but they had some momentum. They got 2 hits off May or something. They had people on base. And the dugout was like, oh, yes, maybe we can actually get a win and advance further. And before he could even finish his sentence, May was like, no, you can't. Strike out, strike out, strike out. Fuck out of here, nigga. Like, he literally said, no, you can't. It's like he knew what they were saying from the mound. Like, yeah, you think you got momentum? No, you don't. Get out of here. Like, he has multiple moments like that to where his mentality is just on full display. Like, I know I'm the best. It's not a debate.
Yeah.
It's not a question.
like the difference here is Oikawa is a dog, but I don't know if he has that dog mentality. Whereas May has a dog mentality, clearly.
Yeah. Like, Oikawa got the IQ to not challenge somebody to where he knows, like, okay, if they have a dominant blocker right here, I'm gonna set it over here. But I know we can beat this team. That's kind of his mentality. May is like, I don't give a fuck who's up to bat. I'm gonna strike him out, and he actually ends up striking him out. So definitely May for mentality. But that's 101 to May. Just moving into that third category when you want to talk about skill. They both got that skill. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna give it to May again, and the reason is his batting. Nigga bat 6 in the lineup. He hit bombs. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure he has a home run or two. Like, he's a genuine threat outside of being the best pitcher in Ace of Diamond. He's a genuine threat with the bat. Oikawa is one of the best setters in Haiku. And his jump serve is elite. Like, that boosts him too. His jump serve is elite. He gets a lot of points off that. But during the flow of a game, like, unless he does a setter dump, I'm not really, like, worried about him score. Like, he sets a lot of people up to score. He's one of the best setters. But when you want to compare him to May, being the best pitcher and scoring multiple runs, like, I feel like I'm going to give it to May here.
Nah, I'm right there with you. I give it to May. Like, May's skill set is on display a lot more. May has a one-time skill set, whereas Oikawa, I don't even know if he has a generational skill set. I'm not going to lie. Oikawa feels like a generational player with an elite skill set.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's everything all in one. I feel like he puts together his game together that makes his skill a lot better than what it really is. Like, I feel like he's a great setter, but he's not Kageyama to where he has godlike skills. Like, I feel like he just has crazy skill with insane IQ and insane, really just IQ and mentality to go with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like, We're gonna get to that IQ, but that's pretty much like where it makes his skill look that much better because he makes the right play. We're gonna get there, but as far as skill
Mm,
goes, I'm definitely giving it to Mei here.
hell
But
yeah.
that's 201 to Mei. Moving into IQ, we just talked about it a little bit for Oikawa. His IQ literally makes his skill look generational.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have the pinpoint accurate sets to where he's knocking over water bottles with that shit or making it stop midair, defying the laws of physics like Kageyama. But the way that he can pick apart a defense, like, that's what made that game against them when Karasuno played them. That's what made that game comp. His IQ was on full display. He was dicing us up with his mind, not his skills.
Hmm.
And that jump serve. But it was really mostly his IQ that was killing us. I feel like Mei, by default, he has IQ, and it's very elite. But we don't. It's harder to tell with Mei than it is with Oikawa, because Oikawa, we saw him in a setter matchup with the best setter in Haiku in Kageyama, and it was comp. He was right there. So just off of that, I feel like IQ goes to Oikawa.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right there with you. I give a IQ to Okawa too. Like May's IQ is cracked by default. We said it for the last matchup. We'll say it again. When you are that good at the game, IQ is always going to be a part of it. Like it's just there's no sport where you can be that good and your IQ is not part of it.
Yeah,
Your IQ may not be the front part of it, but IQ will always be part of it. It doesn't matter who you are. So for May to be that good, his IQ is part of it like shit. Especially we got to see it with the battery. Like after his battery graduated and then he brought in the new guy and he was the head of the battery, we got to really see just how much IQ May really had. It's different though because Okawa is not really that special with his skill set. Neither is he that special with his athleticism. Yet he still comes off as a generational athlete. That is a large part because of his IQ. His IQ is what makes him scary to play against.
yeah,
Like I would argue his IQ is on par with Kageyama, which is scary
yeah,
because Kageyama easily has that once in a lifetime mentality. So it's different, but I would give IQ to Okawa too.
yeah. And that point right there, like IQ Oikawa is right there with Kageyama. The only reason Kageyama won the matchup is because, well, aside from having the better team, is the skill set itself. Kageyama is more skillful than Oikawa, and it's really not close
Yeah.
either. But IQ for IQ, they are right there, and that's what that alone made it a game. So, 100% Oikawa gets IQ, but that's 2-1-1 to May. Just jumping into that last category, Oikawa got a clutch. Moving into clutch, it's tough because we haven't seen many games for Oikawa. We watched, and in the game that we saw with Oikawa, we didn't really see many clutch moments. Like he had some. He made a couple like diving receives and stuff like that. Made some clutch plays with his IQ, but when you want to look at what May's done in the clutch, especially against us, bro. Yeah, that nigga, I ain't gonna lie. I think May got it for clutch. From what we've seen, because again, so we only saw one game and like a quarter of a game for Oikawa. We've seen May multiple times clutching up in games against us and against other people. So I'm gonna give clutch to May.
I could really give this one a tie, but I'm gonna give it to May just because of how elite May plays down the stretch. But at the end of the day, Okawan is in that same boat as what we said. He's the type of player who doesn't change from the start of the game to the end of the game. And that's scary because he's a scary player already. When you want to talk about how he performs in the clutch, he performs, bro. We played him twice and he rocked out both times. And he's the reason they won the game for one of the games because he blocked the game winner. Like, he is clutch. There's no shot about it. The second time we played them, he was there too. He was just a step too short or a step too slow. But he saw it. He saw it. His body just couldn't react. That man is clutch, bro. Like Okawa, I feel like if we got to see more examples, if we got to see his team play against others' teams, we would be singing a different tune. Probably for a lot of these categories too.
Yeah.
But as far as his clutchness goes, I would say is cracked through the roof, especially because I feel like he shows up. Mei, however, is perfect in the clutch as well. So that's where it's like it's hard. Like Mei is already better than him, and if he's this same player in the clutch too, then it feels like he's better in the clutch too.
Yeah, I would say May elevates in the clutch because when they played us, not only did he remain the same pitching, but he stepped up and started bombing. He bombed that bitch in the bottom of the ninth, got somebody home. Like I would say he somewhat elevates in the clutch. Let alone I forget what team they played, but he clutched up in that game too. I think it was in that second season with the new battery, but he had a clutch game in that season. So he has multiple examples of being clutch and elevating in the clutch as well. So I'm gonna give it to May. But Oikawa is definitely a clutch player though, 100%.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. But hey, man, that makes it what
3-1-1.
three 3-1-1. So that means May wins and moves on to the second round, which means that's the final matchup in Block B. But hey, man, that's tough. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here.
Hell yeah. Make sure you guys stay tuned. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you hit the like button, hit the big red subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the noti bell so you don't miss part 2 of round 1 or any of our other special videos. We drop straight bangers on this channel, so make sure you guys tap in with us. With that being said, make sure you guys click our description. There will be 3 links waiting for you. The first one will take you to all of our socials, Sons of Tokyo on every platform. The second one will take you to our Discord. You feel me?
Come on in.
Come on in. You know what I'm saying? Join that Discord. Come vibe out with us. Talk about anything, anime, not anime, sports, movies. It don't matter. And last but certainly not least, the link to our Patreon will be in the description. Make sure you guys join that. You can become a member for free and watch all of our reactions over there. Make sure you guys tap in. But yeah, man. With that being said, SOT out.